And welcome.
Welcome to the celebrated nightly news of Calaveras County. My name is John.
And I'm Kim.
And we thank you for stopping by on a Tuesday night.
Tuesday evening. Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday.
Hope you had a great Labor Day.
And I guess this is our, last night we ran Larry Cornish.
Yes, we
and
did,
the hospital
since it was a
update.
holiday.
Because this was a hospital, since it was the holiday. We didn't really tell holiday though, did we?
What? No, we had a fire. We went and covered. Yes.
So, if you're just joining us, want to follow up on that, there was about a 50-acre fire over in the West Point area. There were several outbuildings damaged, but no residences or homes were destroyed. And there was some...
It was a little bit scary for a while because they had to evacuate quite a bit of homes.
They did.
At first, it was coming in as 100 acres. And then final reports were at 50 acres. It was kind of scary being out there because all you saw was air traffic going overhead, and you think it's this horrible thing, but it really was a lot smaller than what we had. And
there's kind of a joke,
which was good.
There's kind of a joke in like the fire. When you put water on fires, they shrink.
Yes, exactly.
So it's kind of
it shrunk from 100 to 50, which is a good thing.
It must have been made out of cotton.
Yes.
Right? Just kidding. No.
Thank goodness.
And
because that was they had crews from all the way from Mariposa fighting this fire. I don't know if they actually made it to Mariposa by the time the thing was over.
And we spent a little bit of time up at the Lowry residence on the top of one of the hills, and fire got within 100 feet of their home, burned one of their chicken coops, and it was quick thinking on their part as well as Cal Fire's to where they actually used their own equipment and put a berm around.
Yes, they did.
Around their house.
And this occurred on, what was it, Highway 26 and Winton Road?
And Bummerville.
And their house was actually located on Valentine, right?
Right.
Valentine Drive.
On top of a ridge.
So we were very thankful and very lucky that these people were actually able to return to their homes. They had an evacuation center set up that was empty, thank goodness.
Yeah.
Yes. So that was big news for yesterday.
It was.
We were covering a fire for a few hours, right?
So what'd you do this weekend, Kim?
Well, we went to the logging jamboree, the annual logging jamboree, which was a hit as always. We have some great video we'll have up on the site later, hopefully. John isn't too tired to put it up.
Yeah. We can play some of it now.
Some great of the axe contests where they throw it in the...
And Kim was practicing because that way, she could
John
use
was
it
the bullseye.
on. Yeah, that was it.
Yes.
She could practice aiming it at me. Let's see here. Now, kind of the fun ones. There's the axe throwing, and then they had the team. Let's see this here. That was a little bit of the axe throwing. Got it. Now, right in the middle. If you hit the beer can in the middle, you got 5 points.
Yes.
And some of them were lamenting the fact that it was wasted beer.
Yes, some people were saying they should have cups underneath it, while the beer was falling out.
Right, or they would get extra points if they made it up there and drank it before it hit the ground.
Yes.
So, there we go, see? And he hit the beer can.
Yes.
So
we have some great video. It was a great turnout again, as always. Boy, that museum is just beautiful, isn't it?
It is, really.
It's just really a cool thing.
One of the nicest museums.
Yes, very, very neat. If you have never been, it's a must-do if you're up in the Arnold area. It's quite lovely.
The Calaveras band was there playing when we were there on Sunday. And a few shots from around there. Now, there's a couple ones we're going forward a little bit here because they have the...
this gal was actually signing books. She wrote a book on logging museums. Oh, that was a coolest exhibit, isn't it?
It was.
I love
Very
that.
great
I wanted
exhibit.
to buy it.
The little water wheel?
Put it in the house.
You want to put the water wheel in your house?
I love that. I think it's so cool. You probably hear me saying it. Oh, I love that.
But then we also, this is inside the logging museum, pretty amazing exhibits.
Now, has it changed a lot since we were there a couple of years ago?
They've added some exhibits. The main big things were the same, but they...
Because we have a full video that we took a couple of years ago of a tour of the whole museum. Remember that? When we first started the Pine Tree, that was one of our first...
Yeah, we
walked in and they were like, who the heck are you people? We have no idea. We've never heard of you.
Who are you?
And now they actually know who we are when we go there.
Why are you here and why are you taking pictures of our museum? Right? Yeah, so this is the fun stuff.
Yes.
A little bit of crosscut saw.
this is cool manly stuff, right?
Is this it? The manly stuff?
There you go.
See? There you go.
It's hard work. Look at that.
Boom. There you go.
One time you see how fast you can do it. There we go.
It's faster than chainsaw.
Yeah, it is a lot faster.
They actually had, then they had the several contestants. We're doing the manual crosscut saw, and we'll go forward. This man was very precise, very, planned what he was going to do. And we'll go to the females and the males.
Okay.
Then we'll move on from the logging museum.
Okay. When will
'Cause
the
we thought-
video be up, John? You're slacking. This was like 2 days
Well, we
ago.
got soapbox derby stuff up.
I know. As we get busier and busier, it's hard to get
Now, then they have the modified chainsaws. This is a bigger log, and you can smell they're adding the racing stuff to the fuel. Here we go. Kim's like, sing one log. Okay, one last little.
There's a lot of stuff that happened this weekend.
There was?
Lots of government stuff to talk about. Yes, there
We do?
was, John. This wasn't.
Here we go. Here you go, Kim. Are you and I going to do the log next year?
Yes, you betcha.
Huh? There you go. There you go. Come on.
They practice all year for this. Amazing.
There you go.
We will have the results up later as well, along with the full video and pictures. We also had the first annual Bear Valley Soapbox Derby.
And we
It
did.
was derby time up at Bear Valley.
It was derby
and
time.
it was quite a hit. There was lots of people up there. How many entrants were there?
There was quite a few entrants, and we actually got up there a little later in the day, and they were saying that
because we were out covering other things before we went to this.
Yes, we were. In the morning, it was very busy.
Okay.
Now,
About how many entrants did they have altogether, did they say?
I don't know. They had, because there was different age groups, there was different brackets. This is Bear Valley Cross Country's Paul Peterson talking about it there. And then, yours truly, imagine this. Here's some of the kids starting off.
Cute.
Now, I'm actually on the chase vehicle here, or more accurate term would be the chase bicycle.
Yes.
This is just after the start of the top. And yours truly is holding the camera,
Only
riding
down.
downhill, following this group of children down on the soapbox derby. So here we go, flying down. And I must say, I borrowed Joel Barnett's bike.
Thanks, Joel, for remember.
But he's really got to fix his tire. He's got one. I'm just joking.
Did you make it go flat?
No, but it's got a. You can hear it because we're going higher speed, and at the end you can hear it just a tiny bit. So here we go, all the way down to start finish, and here comes the kids going down. Here we go, ground level shot. They're coming toward us. Oh, and there they go.
So cute.
And there they go. Clean filtration technology. The clean filtration technology car went speeding by.
Yes. Quite a good turnout. There was actually one crash. Nobody was hurt, right?
It was just like NASCAR. They had crashes, spin-outs, off-road excursions. They had one girl that spun into the fence there.
She was okay. They all have helmets on, don't they?
She wasn't hurt, but kind of added that.
Yes.
That whole NASCAR element to it. That was Sawyer Alford that just went cruising on by. It was just...
Okay. We also had some other events that happened this weekend too, John.
Oh, okay.
We had the Arts and Crafts Festival at the Cedar Center.
We did.
The annual Labor Day Arts and Crafts Festival
and Hannah
at the
took some
Cedar
great
Center.
pictures of that.
Yes, Hannah covered that for us. We also had the Bear Valley Triathlon. Brought
and who won,
athletes
Kim?
from all over. Let me see. The Bear Valley Triathlon took place at Bear Lake in Bear Valley Village. It included a 600-yard swim, a 10.5-mile bike ride, and a 3.4-mile run. The course was hilly but incredibly scenic. This event was competitive and timed. Top men overall, there were just different age groups, but top men overall, first place goes to Rito Warfler, 31 of Los Gatos, with a total time of 0.55 seconds?
Minutes, probably.
Minutes, sorry. Top,
he's
he's
really
pretty darn fast. Top women overall, first place goes to Lisbeth Brower, 33 of Danville, with a total time of, 1 hour, 7 minutes, and 5 seconds. And we have the full results of the event that was hosted by On Your Mark Events on thepinetree.net. Westworld Images was there taking photos, so he has a whole bunch of photos of this up on his website if you're interested in purchasing photos from the event, if you were in the event. We also had the Gary Toffanelli fundraiser.
Why, yes, we did. So
we had some interesting news come out of this.
We did the Zero McDaniel one the week before, then every Saturday night's another fundraiser, right?
I don't know if Lee Seaton said he's not doing one, so
maybe
we're
not
still
the
waiting to
big
hear on that.
Ones there.
During this fundraiser, Kathy Mazzaferro did publicly endorse Gary Toffanelli, which was interesting. It was quite a nice event, quite a nice evening. He gave a very nice speech.
And if you'd like to, the speech is about 10 minutes long. And if you'd like to see it, we have it up there in its entirety.
Yes.
And
what else happened this weekend?
There was all kinds of stuff this weekend.
The Democratic National Convention ended, and then we went on to the Republican National Convention.
We did. And also, would you like me to show just a tiny bit of the fire from last night?
Sure. It's great.
All right.
Good afternoon, this is John with the Pine Tree.
Now, this is somebody that may look vaguely familiar.
And just behind
standing.
This
is by the house. The reason we thought it would be interesting to show this. This is the house that was just about
a little bit of a breakdown around their house earlier.
gotten.
And we'll turn it around, and you can see
fire.
Still a few flames pretty close to their house.
See, we're going to try to be more like Geraldo. Just go out in the weather or try to actually get burned or something, to try to give it better.
This fire, they've not quite called it contained yet.
They were still mopping up today.
You still hear some air
traffic. Cause is under investigation. They have not figured out the cause yet.
This fire right here.
At this residence here,
a
the house was saved. They did lose a little chicken coop.
They were having barbecue chicken for dinner. No, just kidding. There's several cars that got burned up right here behind there.
House and most of the other belongings and stuff are safe and sound. So good work, everybody.
Yes, it's amazing how they work when they come. Where they are, it's amazing.
Looks like this one's just about a wrap. That's about it.
Here's more. Here's the plane coming in with some retardant right there.
Look at that! Great shot, John.
You were coaching me all the way.
Yes, I was. Probably hearing me in the background sniffing at you. Did you get that one? Did you get that one? Did you get that one?
And here we're heading down one of the little dirt roads here, trying to back up for the location of the fire. And Kim is.
You can hear me on the phone with the kids.
Helicopter work there.
No going outside. Don't answer the phone.
And this is down the road with more chase scenes here. As you see, we're chasing a helicopter down off the side. They come in. There it is. There goes the helicopter with the bucket right there.
Very cool.
And this is more
of the home.
More of the home there.
So Highway Winton Road was closed for a while. And there were homes evacuated. It was kind of sad because I had people standing out there with their horses and their animals. And a lot of cars leaving the area when we first got there.
And there's the former chicken coop. And this is the evacuation center.
Thank goodness it was empty. Right? Thank goodness for that. Okay. So we had that. And what else did we have? We had the annual Women's of the Moose Ice Cream Social, which is a story that Hannah Aldrin also did. The annual Women of the Moose held their ice cream social fundraiser at the Moose Lodge in Arnold. It's a community fundraiser that they hold every year. The money goes back into the community.
It does?
Yes, it does. I'm trying to see what else.
We had all kinds of stuff.
See, we're already off the front page. See?
See? There we go.
Artist reception with Karen O'Neill at the Harbinger Gallery in Arnold began on Saturday. So she will have her work on display at the Harbinger Gallery in Arnold. She actually has beautiful work. Let me see what else. There was actually a couple of marijuana
busts.
Eradications.
This is Kim's favorite topic.
The marinara. Couple of marinara busts
yes.
in Tuolumne County. Actually, 2 on the same day, I believe.
Yes.
One of them was worth actually quite a bit of money. One of them was, what I tell you, it was like over $1 million, I think.
If they would have been matured.
Yes. They've matured. Okay. I think is that all that happened this weekend? I can't remember, John. What else?
Well, there was all kinds
of stuff. The pancake breakfast
on
in Arnold.
From Arnold.
What else? Scrimmage.
They had the scrimmage.
Sports have officially began. High school sports.
And if you're tuning in late, we did catch the score from the varsity boys soccer tonight from Bret Hart. And they were victorious over Tioga, 3-1.
Okay, what happened at the Board of Supervisors meeting today?
Well, let's
you went
see.
to that. That was a long...
Today's meeting
on a sign, wasn't it?
Was signs,
neon
and
signs.
more signs. Now,
and Murphy's was the topic.
I think Calaveras County is starting to take after Carmel.
Yes.
Because in Carmel, they could argue for months on seemingly inane topics,
yes.
right?
Yes.
Now, Dorian Vaught from the Murphy's Historic Hotel has been trying to get this sign for 17 months.
17 months. A neon sign.
A neon sign. Yes. To replace the existing...
It's a neon cocktail glass, correct?
Sitting on top of the sign looks very much like the one that's on there now.
But the cocktail, the glass is neon? Is that the part that's
yes.
neon? Okay.
Now, this is today's board meeting. If the temperature wasn't rising in the room, it would have been absolutely hysterical.
Now, did they vote? What did they vote on today?
It voted 3-2 to not hear a request for an appeal to the board from Supervisor Tryon. But that doesn't mean it's not going to be appealed. So now that just means a formal appeal. But then there was all these angles whether he would have to recuse himself from the vote or what actually they were voting on.
Okay.
Then Public Works came in and said that one of the issues is that the sign is probably in the county right-of-way, so that's an issue.
Okay.
The
thing you have to think about, though, which I agree with it a little bit, is that once you allow one neon sign, you're going to have everybody wanting neon signs, and you want Murphy's to have that look. I don't know.
And this is County Council Jim Jones talking. No. I know everybody's. This is.
I remember when I had a store, mailboxes, etc. store years ago. You had to get permission in the shopping center that you were in. You had to get permission to have, and that back then, for mailboxes, you had to have the neon sign that said fax, copy, and pack and ship. Remember?
Right.
So we had to have those neon signs. If they wouldn't allow them, it was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to get any business in the door.
And it helped when they were on.
Yes, but then you have to again think of. I do understand both points of view here.
You do?
I do. What's a big deal? It's a neon sign, but also what do you want? What happens when the next business comes along and wants a neon sign? Do you allow it?
Now, part of the stuff this morning was just painful procedural stuff. And almost if it was, it would have been comical. Now, have you ever heard the song "Who's on First"? Who's on first and what's on second? I don't know's on third. Mm-hmm. It was very much like that at the board this morning.
Okay.
It was. Yeah, there were very.
Do we have the video yet of today's meeting?
We'll have it tomorrow.
Okay.
But this was a very interesting thing in the fact there were procedural questions, and the motion today failed.
So basically, they talked
but
signs.
now it will go through the formal appeals process, and they also had a study session on Prop 40 park funds afterwards. Now, there is earmarked about $1.2 million in park funds. Mm-hmm. One of the things they're going to do is create a part-time position. Create a part-time position, ostensibly to oversee the Parks and Rec, to oversee the use of those Prop 40 funds.
Okay. So they are actually going to have
and
a paid
here's Dorian
position?
here.
Can't hear it, John. No, you can't hear it. We'll have the video up later.
He was not a happy camper.
I bet he wasn't.
Here's Beth Hartline. Yes, so the board was...
So it was 3-2 that they could not appeal it, that Tom Tryon could not appeal it?
Today.
But I thought they were actually going to vote on the sign today.
No.
They didn't.
This is whether or not they were actually going to view the appeal.
Okay. All right. So it was 3-2 that he couldn't?
Yes.
He couldn't view the appeal?
But that doesn't mean that's the end of it.
So was that the whole meeting today, basically? Sign and study session on Parks and Rec? Did they discuss anything else? Why are you yawning? Every time we do the news, you start yawning.
You put me to sleep.
Angels Camp had a fun meeting tonight.
Yes, they did.
Declaring itself the base camp of the Sierras.
Would you like to go to that?
Huh? Is that coming up, or is that... No, that was tonight.
It was. I mean, I was wondering if you would like to go to that.
I'd like to go since I didn't get to go to that. Sure.
See, there we go.
2008.
Roger Brooks, Destination Development spoke.
There we go.
A draft version of Angels Camp branding.
Angels Camp branding.
We're going to get into that. Development. What do we need to do so we own that brand?
And this is Roger Brooks speaking.
Tell the world, and an action plan, not a strategic plan. We are not big fans of strategic plans.
Now,
how often have you
it is going to be Angels
on top
Camp.
Of that, fuel prices are projected 5 Angels Camp outside of the end of May. And that's where that question comes when our cities are trying to diversify.
Okay. The Angels Camp is going to be, let's see if we can get to a slide here, the base camp of the Sierra. Focused on recreation, which makes sense. They want to be the hub for commerce. These are the different activities, things to do. This is a very good presentation. We would heartily recommend you listening to it. It runs about an hour and 20. Heartily. Examples when they're doing. This is the city brand.
Remember, logos are not brands, so don't get hung up on the logo, because a brand is what you're known for, and that's mountain sports.
Mountain sports.
We want to be California's mountain sports capital, and for your marketing
California
tagline,
Mountain Sports Capital.
Angels Camp, California, redefining the rush.
Angels Camp, California, redefining the rush.
Good idea.
Or the rush.
Great marketing there. Okay.
Okay,
so we will have that full video on the timetree.net.
We will.
Up sometime. When John gets
At some
to
point.
it.
Here's all the.
He's not too tired.
Here's the logos. You want me to stop now? This was a well-attended event.
It was
very
I bet,
well.
Yes.
The gazebo at Utica Park was completely filled.
Wow, that's great.
So it was. Okay.
They also have the draft environmental impact report for Angels Camp 2020 general plan.
That's planning ahead, isn't it?
Available for public review.
And it is only about 900 pages.
Okay.
So if you want to read that this evening before you hit the hay,
yes,
we have a copy.
They will be having a, notice of public open house on draft environmental impact report for Angels Camp 2020 general plan. Notice is hereby given that the City of Angels Camp will be the lead agency and has prepared a draft EIR impact report for the Angels Camp 2020 general plan. The city will conduct a public open house to solicit public and agency input to identify potential environmental effects that may be associated with the adoption of the plan. The public open house meeting will be held Tuesday, September 9th, 6 p.m. at the Angels Firehouse, Angels Highway 4 in Angels Camp. So if you click on Daniel Webster the Frog for your very own PDF copy.
We're giving away free copies of a 900-page document.
But we strongly encourage that if you are interested in the ERI plan, that you attend, right?
Yeah, and
I'm sorry, ERI report, whatever it's called.
We're giving you free
EIR report
documents.
Yes.
Free.
And that is next week, next Tuesday the 9th at 6 p.m.
Now, and they were talking about one last little kind of
Go
do a
ahead.
last little thing on the branding.
Go ahead.
Now, one of these things is their time, but this is a pretty big goal because they want you to own the Sierra Mountain Sports type of a brand for Angels Camp.
Okay.
If you think you are too small to have an impact, try going to bed with a mosquito in the room. So, even if you're no bigger than a mosquito,
Okay.
you can have an impact.
That is true.
Maybe annoying.
Yes.
No, but just kidding.
The COG is meeting tomorrow evening.
The COG?
The COG! The Calaveras Council of Governments is scheduled to meet Wednesday, September 3rd at 6:30 p.m. at the Board of Soups chamber. And they're doing something new now where you can actually click here to read COG meeting agenda